When most people think of ancient Egypt, they imagine pyramids, mummies, and golden treasures. But the truth is that Egypt's most famous landmarks are only a small part of the story. Even after more than 2 centuries of archaeological exploration, there are still major mysteries that have only recently been discovered or remain unexplained to this day. Some of these secrets lay hidden beneath the desert sands for thousands of years, while others were deliberately erased from history. In this video, we're going to explore 10 of the darkest and most fascinating secrets of ancient Egypt. Mysteries that could completely change the way you see one of the greatest civilizations in human history. And make sure you stay until the end, because the final secret is something archaeologists have confirmed exists, yet no human has ever managed to enter it. Our first secret challenges one of the biggest myths about ancient Egypt. For decades, movies and books have led people to believe that the pyramids were built by slaves, people forced to work under brutal conditions for the pharaohs. But archaeological discoveries over the past few decades tell a very different story. Archaeologists uncovered the remains of workers' villages near the pyramids, where the builders lived with access to food, shelter, and even medical care. Many of them were buried close to the pyramids after their deaths, an honor that would have been highly unlikely for slaves. The evidence suggests that many of these workers were skilled craftsmen and seasonal farmers who helped build the pyramids during the annual flooding of the Nile, when farming was temporarily impossible. This discovery overturned one of the oldest myths about ancient Egypt and revealed that one of history's greatest engineering achievements was most likely built by a well-organized and highly skilled workforce, not by millions of slaves. But if you think that's the most surprising secret Egypt has to offer, the next one is even more remarkable because it tells the story of a pharaoh whose successors tried to erase him from history completely. Our second secret is about a pharaoh who was almost erased from history as if he had never existed. His name was Akhenaten, one of the most controversial rulers of ancient Egypt. During the 14th century BC, he attempted to abandon Egypt's long tradition of worshipping many gods and encouraged the worship of a single deity known as Aten. He even built a new capital city and tried to reshape Egypt's religious and political system. But after his death, everything changed. The pharaohs who came after him ordered his name to be removed from monuments, his statues to be destroyed, and many of his buildings to be dismantled. Their goal was simple: to erase him from history completely. As a result, for centuries, almost no one knew he had ever existed until modern archaeologists uncovered the remains of his city and rediscovered his story. Today, many historians consider Akhenaten one of the earliest rulers to attempt a form of monotheism within a major civilization. His revolution ultimately failed, but the deliberate effort to erase his memory remains one of the strangest chapters in ancient Egyptian history. Yet the next mystery isn't about a forgotten ruler. It's about an entire city that remained hidden beneath the desert for more than 3,000 years before astonishing archaeologists with its discovery. Our third secret is one of the most significant archaeological discoveries of recent years. For a long time, archaeologists believed that entire cities from ancient Egypt were still buried beneath the desert sands, but few expected one to survive in such remarkable condition. In 2020, archaeologists uncovered a city near Luxor that is now known as the Lost Golden City. More than 3,000 years ago, during the reign of Pharaoh Amenhotep III, it was one of Egypt's most important administrative and industrial centers. What made this discovery extraordinary wasn't just the city itself, but how well it had been preserved. Streets, houses, workshops, bakeries, tools, jewelry, pottery, and even containers holding traces of dried food offered an incredibly detailed glimpse into everyday life in ancient Egypt. Unlike royal tombs, which mostly tell us about death and burial rituals, this city revealed how ordinary people lived, worked, and organized their daily lives. Many researchers consider it one of the greatest Egyptian archaeological discoveries since the tomb of Tutankhamun. But as remarkable as finding an entire city buried beneath the sand may be, the next mystery reveals that one of history's most famous books was never actually a single book at all. Our fourth secret challenges one of the most famous symbols of ancient Egypt, the so-called Book of the Dead. Despite its name, it was never a single book. Instead, it was a collection of funerary texts, prayers, and spells that evolved over more than 1,000 years, resulting in countless different versions. Depending on their wealth and social status, individuals could commission their own personalized collection of these texts on papyrus scrolls, which were placed inside their tombs. The purpose of these writings was to guide the soul through the journey into the afterlife, a journey the ancient Egyptians believed was filled with dangerous trials and divine judgment. One of the most famous scenes is the weighing of the heart, where a person's heart was compared to the feather of the goddess Ma'at, the symbol of truth and justice. If the heart was heavier than the feather, the soul would be denied entrance into the afterlife. This belief reveals something remarkable about ancient Egypt. In the end, wealth and power mattered less than living an honest and righteous life. But while these beliefs survived for thousands of years, our next mystery focuses on one of Egypt's most recognizable monuments, a monument surrounded by a myth that millions of people still believe today. Our fifth secret takes us to one of the most recognizable monuments in the world, the Great Sphinx of Giza. Almost everyone recognizes the Sphinx by its missing nose, and for years, many people believe that Napoleon's soldiers destroyed it with cannon fire during their campaign in Egypt. However, historical evidence tells a very different story. Drawings made decades before Napoleon ever arrived in Egypt already show the Sphinx without its nose. One historical account, frequently cited by researchers, claims that in the 14th century, a man named Muhammad Saim al-Dar deliberately damaged the statue because he opposed people making offerings and acts of devotion in front of it. While every detail of that story cannot be confirmed with complete certainty, historians overwhelmingly agree that Napoleon was not responsible for the missing nose. It's a fascinating example of how a popular myth can spread so widely that many people eventually accept it as fact. But if a false story can survive for centuries, the next mystery is about a structure that ancient writers claimed was even more astonishing than the pyramids themselves, a structure that has almost completely vanished from history. Our sixth secret is about a structure that, if the ancient descriptions are accurate, may have been even more astonishing than the pyramids themselves. Known today as the Egyptian labyrinth, it was described by several ancient Greek writers, including Herodotus. According to their accounts, the complex contained thousands of rooms, countless winding corridors, enormous halls, and multiple courtyards. They claimed it was so impressive that it left an even greater impression on them than the pyramids. The labyrinth is believed to have stood near the pyramid of Pharaoh Amenemhat III and may have served as an important religious, administrative, or ceremonial center. What makes this mystery so fascinating is that almost nothing of the original structure survives today. Over the years, archaeologists have uncovered foundations and scattered stone remains in the area, but no one knows exactly what the labyrinth looked like at its peak or why such an enormous complex almost completely disappeared. As a result, the Egyptian labyrinth remains one of the greatest lost monuments of the ancient world. But if the disappearance of an entire building sounds unbelievable, the next mystery is about a tomb that survived almost untouched and completely transformed our understanding of ancient Egypt. Our seventh secret takes us to the most famous tomb in ancient Egypt, the tomb of Tutankhamun. Most people associate it with the legend of the pharaoh's curse, but the historical reality is arguably even more fascinating. When the tomb was discovered in 1922, unlike most royal tombs, it had remained largely untouched by ancient robbers. More than 5,000 objects were found inside, including royal thrones, chariots, jewelry, clothing, weapons, and the famous golden mask of Tutankhamun. This incredible discovery gave archaeologists an unprecedented look into the daily life, craftsmanship, technology, and burial traditions of ancient Egypt. What's especially interesting is that Tutankhamun himself was not considered one of Egypt's greatest pharaohs. He ruled for only a short time and had a relatively minor role in Egyptian history. Yet because his tomb survived almost intact, his name became more famous than those of many far more powerful rulers. As for the so-called pharaoh's curse, although the story became world famous, most researchers agree that there is no reliable scientific evidence proving that the deaths following the discovery were caused by any supernatural curse. Even so, the discovery remains one of the greatest archaeological breakthroughs of all time. But the next mystery takes us to a place where archaeologists are still making extraordinary discoveries today. A vast network of tombs, tunnels, and ancient coffins that lay hidden beneath the desert for centuries. Our eighth secret takes us to Saqqara, one of the oldest and most important burial grounds in ancient Egypt. While most people are familiar with the pyramids of Giza, archaeologists consider Saqqara to be one of Egypt's richest archaeological sites. New discoveries are made here on a regular basis. In recent years, archaeologists have uncovered hundreds of sealed wooden coffins, dozens of mummies, religious statues, and an extensive network of underground shafts and tunnels. Even more remarkably, many of these coffins remained completely sealed for more than 2,500 years, with their painted decorations still astonishingly well preserved. Every new discovery provides researchers with valuable insights into the daily lives, religious beliefs, and burial traditions of the ancient Egyptians. Yet despite decades of excavation, archaeologists believe that much of Saqqara still lies buried beneath the desert, meaning some of its greatest discoveries may still be waiting to be found. That possibility continues to make Saqqara one of the world's most mysterious archaeological sites. But if you think Egypt's greatest secrets are hidden beneath the ground, the next mystery lies inside its greatest pyramid, a massive hidden space confirmed by modern technology that no one has ever entered. Our ninth secret may be the greatest mystery hidden inside the Great Pyramid of Giza today. For many years, most people assumed that the pyramid had already revealed all of its secrets, and that every chamber and passage had been discovered long ago. But in 2017, an international research project using cosmic ray particles known as muons detected a massive hidden space inside the pyramid. This enormous void, now commonly referred to as the Big Void, is at least 30 meters long and sits directly above the Grand Gallery. What makes this discovery so extraordinary is that although multiple scientific methods have confirmed the existence of this hidden space, no one knows exactly what it contains. Could it be a hidden chamber, an undiscovered passage, part of the pyramid's engineering design, or something else entirely? So far, no human has ever entered the void, and archaeologists still disagree about its true purpose. The discovery reminds us that even the world's most famous monument may still hold secrets that have remained hidden for more than 4,500 years. Yet despite everything we've explored so far, the final mystery may be the most astonishing of all, one that could completely reshape the way we think about ancient Egypt. And now we've reached the final secret, one that may be more important than all the others combined. The truth is that despite more than 200 years of archaeological exploration, researchers believe that a large portion of ancient Egypt still remains undiscovered. Thousands of tombs, temples, underground passages, and perhaps even entire cities are likely still buried beneath the desert sands. Every year, new technologies such as satellite imaging, 3D mapping, and advanced geophysical surveys identify promising locations that could lead to extraordinary discoveries in the future. That's what makes ancient Egypt so unique. Unlike many ancient civilizations, its story is still being written. Every new excavation has the potential to change what we know about one of history's greatest civilizations. Perhaps the greatest secret of ancient Egypt isn't what we've already found, but what still lies hidden beneath the endless sands. It could be the tomb of an unknown pharaoh, a forgotten archive, or even an entire city waiting to be uncovered. No one knows the answer. But if history has taught us anything, it's that ancient Egypt has not revealed all of its secrets yet. Somewhere beneath the desert, the next discovery may already be waiting to rewrite history. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We explore the real stories behind history's greatest mysteries, and there are many more fascinating discoveries waiting for us in future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.